Hey y'all. So part two of cleaning lady turned girlfriend turned love lost. So I left off where we were on our first date. We went to this nice restaurant. We dressed up to the nines, uh, you know, uh, dress, suit, and it was great. It was a perfect night. Uh, I remember it was really funny too because I had steak, she had pasta, and she swirled it up on her fork. And for some reason, she thought it was a good idea to have it like above her head like that. And she was trying to eat it like that, and it came off the fork and just smacked her in the face. So she got noodles to the face in this nice restaurant, and we're like dying laughing. Um, but we enjoyed our meal. So the place was actually owned by like a part of her family, and he took us down to the like wine cellar and showed us around and all that. Um, but afterwards, we went and got some chocolate from Walmart, and she played a song for me, and well, we were driving home, and it became like our song. Um, Shortly after this date, she told me she was getting a tattoo. And I was like, okay. I'm like, what are you getting? And she's like, well, I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise, but you're going to really like it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. She was going to go with her girlfriends and get tattooed. So it's like, yeah, that's cool. So the day came that she got tattooed. She went and got tattooed and then called me and was like, hey, I got tattooed. You need to come see it. It turned out perfect. I'm like, all right, deal. So I come over and like, I don't know what to expect. I just thought it was going to be some cool tattoo. And I go to her house and she shows me, and it is me. It's not a portrait of me, but it's me. And it has the title of our song on her. And I was like, "You're freaking kidding me!" I'm like, "This is like the most amazing thing." Like, I blushed like a schoolgirl. Like, I was like, "Oh man, that's awesome!" Like, freaking awesome. So like that day, I started planning a tattoo for her, uh, and which I eventually got. But yeah, that was awesome. And after that, like I told you in a different story time, like I had this thing about Valentine's Day because of what happened on Valentine's Day. And she told me that we weren't going to let that continue. And she was going to plan a date for us, and we were going to go on this date, and it was going to bring a good memory to this day that has brought me turmoil. And so I was like, okay, you plan it, and we'll do it. So she planned this date for us. She didn't tell me what we were doing. She just told me pack a bag, nice clothes, whatever clothes, and like just be ready. So we left. We went to a different city, and she took me to what's it called, hibachi restaurant, where they cook in front of you and everything. Because I had told her that like I had never been to one, and I always wanted to go on one. And so I was just like, I was so excited. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, we had the best time, and like we laughed, and they cooked for us, and the guy said something wild, and we both were just laughing. And uh, after that, we went back to the hotel, and she's like, "We got a few minutes before we got to go to the next thing." So I was just like, "Well, what are we doing?" And she's like, "I can't tell you." And uh, so the next thing, we went to a hockey game, which I had told her that like I'd never been to a hockey game, and I really wanted to go. And so we went to a hockey game. We had drinks. It was awesome. It was like a perfect night, honestly. Afterwards, we went and got a dessert, and like went to a bar and hung out. Ran into a couple of my friends from that city randomly at this bar, and it was an amazing weekend. And like nobody's ever done anything like that for me, where they like paid attention to like the things that like I wanted to do and things that were important to me, and then like made it happen. And so it was awesome. And like I'm grateful for that because it really did change like my memory of that day. Um, so we dated for a few months after that, and it was great. Like we did everything together, like legitimately everything together. We went to the gym together, both gyms together. We went to church together. We did everything together. We ran in races together, and uh, it was like really good until like it wasn't. So this whole time we had been kind of like on the down low. She didn't tell her parents. She complained about her parents a lot, like a lot, like so much so that my daughter, who babysat for her here and there, would actually like come home from babysitting and just be like, "Why is she complaining about her parents all the time?" And I was like, "Well, like she just doesn't see eye to eye with her parents, and she has to voice that, and so that's just how it comes out. But she was really worried about her parents knowing about me because they're really judgmental and all these things, and she just she hid it from them. She lied to them about a lot of things, lied to her friends about a lot of things about me, and her parents ended up finding out about me. And we were at her house cooking dinner, and she gets a call from her parents, and they're like, "Oh, well, we drove by to stop and see you, and we saw you had company." And she's like, "Oh, yeah." She didn't, say anything about it. And they're like, "But yeah, whatever." And, a couple days later, uh, they call her and they're like, "Hey, you need to come over. We've got to have a talk." And I mean, she knew what it was about. It was about me. And so she went over when they told her to go over, and they had like their family talk. And it did not go well for me. I was not there, but uh, the judgment was thick. Uh, so yeah, uh, she didn't talk to me afterwards. I mean, she told me that the talk was over and she was headed home, but there was no invite to come over. There was no like, "Hey, I'm coming over to talk to you. See ya." Uh, it was just, "Hey, I'm going home." And the next day we had this conversation, and she essentially ended our relationship. Um, she made excuses for why, but like I knew why. Like I'm not stupid. Uh, she just couldn't stand up to her parents, and that's just the way that it was. She was an adult, but couldn't handle like standing up as an adult to her parents. Uh, but you know, for the next couple months, uh, we would spend a lot of time together. It would be like we wouldn't talk for a week, and then she would reach out to me because she missed me, and she just needed to talk to me. She needed me to come over. She needed me for this. She needed me for this, and and I reached out to her when I could, like, and I tried not to, so that I wasn't like this needy person, but like I was devastated, honestly. Like I had built this relationship with her, and it was built on something that I hadn't felt before, where it wasn't like I just was like uber attracted to her, uh, and then the rest of it fell into place. It was like we became friends, and then I saw her character, and like we built this relationship around like that, and then to see like that character break and be something that like I didn't think that it was. And you know, she would call me when she needed me, even if it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. She would just randomly get a hold of me, and if she needed me, I would just there because I loved her very much. Probably more than anybody could ever love anybody. But uh, it went on like that for a little while, and till it didn't. I stopped responding once she showed me that she couldn't tell the truth about what was happening. Um, and I kind of went off on her about it. And then, we just kind of uh, acted like we didn't know each other when we ran into each other. It's pretty heartbreaking. But I haven't talked to her since probably like July that year. And, I see her every once in a while around. She's the only girl I've dated from this town. I just don't, this is exactly why I didn't. But yeah, she's doing good. I'm glad she's doing good. I hope she has the best life. Her and her son, they mean the world to me. I love them very much, very much. And yeah, I pray for them every day. But that's part 2 of the story. Cleaning lady turned love lost. Hope you enjoyed. God bless. Be kind. Love y'all.